Katie, when I first started my first nursing job, was my preceptor. I basically just followed her around like a little bit tail, like just everywhere she went for the first 5 weeks, 4 weeks.
I think it was,
yeah, like around there. You know how orientation works. So I was following her around all for those 4 or 5 weeks, and she literally just did everything perfectly. And I honestly believe that I'm a better, great nurse because of it. Katie, who taught you how to be such a great nurse? And do you come back home and study? Because I know I don't do that. What do you do, and how do you be such a good nurse?
Well, I definitely think it's super important. I've told you this a million times, but to stay organized.
Oh, forget about it.
It's super important to write everything down. I forget things easily, so I have to write them down so I remember. And then I also just try to remember too, like, I know you can get so wrapped up in all the tasks that you have to do, but you have to remember at the end of the day, you're here for this patient. They're sick, they're scared, even though they're in a rehab and the scary part's over, they're still vulnerable. They still need you to care for them as best as you can, even if you're having a crappy day or you have a million patients. You have to make sure that there's a person in that bed that is relying on you to take care of them.
Exactly.
To remember that.
I know she's saying it, but it's sometimes really hard because those tasks build up like a lot. And they all turn red, and she hates red.
I do.
She hates red. She hates overdue tasks, overdue meds, overdue anything. So she's very organized, I guess is the key. But so you have, when you're doing your nursing, you're going your day to day. When you walk in as a nurse, what is your first thing that you want to do?
I want to kind of look and see what patients I have today. If they're on meds like Cinemed, it needs to be done right away. If they're blood sugars, that kind of thing, and just kind of make a plan in your head of how to prioritize and kind of what to do first.
I'm happy you said that, because I think that was the prioritization was by far the hardest thing for me, because I would look at the tasks and I would like, that's at 8 a.m. Let's take care of the 8 a.m. before we do the 9 a.m. And like the 8 a.m. would be like a head-to-toe assessment, and the 9 a.m. would be like a Cinemed, and it's like 9:15, and Katie's like, what are we doing? Like, can we not look at this patient's feet right now? We got some meds to give. So that took me a while, and it is hard, and I do feel like I'm getting better at it. But when you started out, because when I met you, you were like, you know, the best nurse ever. So when I met you, you were pretty good, and you had your bearings and you took care of stuff well. When was the breaking point, or was there a breaking point?
I don't think so. I think it's something that just takes time. I still think I'm learning every day. I mean, every day you learn something new, and every day you learn how to do something better. And I just feel like it's one of those things that there wasn't a breakthrough moment. It really takes time, and it's one of those things you look back and you notice, like, oh wow, like maybe I can do this a little bit, because there's always some days where you can't control what's going on.
Before we started, I was actually telling her that I had my first day of someone precepting me, and my goodness, like I really, like that was the day I really said Katie did some real good things.